the little squidgy. In fact, you know what? Actually, no, I was about to say let's have a look at the nose now. But no, what I think I should do is like get the underside of the head, kind of underside of the head here, like done or in a good place first, and then we'll move on to the nose, and then we'll sort of play with the rest of it. So last night, so I was right. Who was here yesterday when I mentioned, like, oh, we're probably gonna have big drills. Well, no, I'm probably gonna have, like, the rest of my crew. They're probably going to want me to do a, like, breathing apparatus drill or whatnot to show my show my skills, or so I would be able to so they could see that they could trust me and whatnot, or like just basically like my first, like, this would be my first time wearing breathing apparatus outside of a learning environment. And so we get into station, and there's a lot of people on station, actually. There's a couple of our whole time who are volunteering to help out, and turns out one of our, like, I think they are technically they're a station manager technically. Also, hey, one sick pup. I think, yeah. So one of the station managers has basically gotten permission to use an abandoned pub as a, I say abandoned pub. I mean, they've gotten permission to use an out of business pub that's currently being redeveloped into flats as like a training venue. So we've got permission to sort of rock up there with fire trucks, and then send a set of firefighters in, pretending it's a real fire, and so I'm getting excited. But I think this is going to be really cool. And so we're having our briefing before we all get on the fire trucks and head out. And they're like, okay, so we're gonna have multiple teams of breathing apparatus, multiple teams of people in BA. I'm like, yeah, cool, that's cool. Okay, first off, Arvin, Ben, your team 1, and then Rupert, Ross, your team 2. Like, oh, and Vicky, you're Baco. And Vicky, you'll be Baco, so you'll be out on the telemetry board, running communications for them. Like, technically, that is something I would not have been able, that is something that I need. So BACO stands for like breathing apparatus entry control. And you are outside on a telemetry board which monitors the air levels of the entire BA team, and they radio messages back as they're going through, and then you have to write down a bunch of important information as they go. And it's a really important safety role, really important safety measure, and whatnot. And also it's actually, I would say it's like more complicated. It's more complicated than actually just going in and going in and just doing breathing apparatus, if that makes sense. So I was more nervous about that than I would have been about actually donning the breathing apparatus and running the drill. But it's also not the it's not the glamorous part, you know. It's not the cool part of the whole of like the whole training. So that was a little bit disappointing. However, I did it. I did it. No one had none of the crew, none of the staff had none of the stuff like I got very little, I got a little bit of feedback. I got very little feedback about how I did, and nobody like I seemed to just fit in with the